Thank you very much. When I was running for state representative in Ohio back in 2006, I knocked on a lot of doors, approximately 19,679. I started February 19th of 2006 and knocked all the way through November, wore out 3 pairs of shoes, and I was asked many questions as I was on people's doorsteps. I was asked about health care, I was asked about school funding, I was asked about taxes. There was probably one question, though, that I was asked more than anything. Am I old enough to vote? Now, my district's pretty interesting. I'm a proud Republican, and I have a district that has twice as many registered Democrats as Republicans. The congressional district, one of the congressional districts that overlaps my State House district, is held by Dennis Kucinich. So if that describes to it all the area I represent. So many people ask me how did I cut through that, and helping to cut through it definitely was the knocking on doors. But one of the other ways I cut through that was the RJC. I'd like to thank Matt Brooks, Larry Greenfield for inviting me here, and all the RJC staffers around the country who help candidates like me, who are in districts like that, get elected. Because I can honestly stand up here tonight and tell you that I do not think I would be standing here if it were not for the support of RJC, both from the Washington office, but also the grassroots RJC supporters in the Cleveland area. About 70 years ago, in a town called Kelts, Poland, the Nazis walked into the home of my grandfather Joe, his 5 brothers and sisters, Mom and Dad, pulled them out of their home, put them in the Kelts ghetto. They were there for a few weeks, and from the ghetto, took them to the concentration camps, where my grandfather's parents and 5 brothers and sisters perished. My grandfather was the only member of his family to survive. By an act of Hashem and a level of strength that most of us in this room will never know, he survived. And simultaneously, while he was in those camps, my grandmother Fernanda, who was an Italian Jew, was being hidden in the northern mountains of Italy by a Catholic family. My grandma Fernanda on one farm, my Aunt Marietta on another farm, my Uncle Mario on a third farm, and my Aunt Renata on a 4th farm. And they all survived as well. And simultaneously, when my Papa Joe was in the camps and my Grandma Fern was in the mountains, my grandfather Harold was in the U.S. Army Air Corps. Growing up at my Shabbos dinner table, Thanksgiving dinner table, Sunday evening dinner table, I heard a lot of stories from that time in our world, from my grandfather Harold, my Papa Joe, and also my Grandma Fernanda. They came from 3 separate perspectives, but they all came to the same conclusion, that they were very proud to be Jewish, and they were very proud to be Americans. That American pride that my 2 grandfathers instilled in me and hammered into me as I was growing up inspired me to join the Marine Corps.